Hi, my name is Daniel Menendez. This is my final project presentation for Professor Martha Hall in Math 100. And I'm going to be doing my project on Isaac Newton. So, what we're going to be going over is who is Isaac Newton? Where did he go to school? What were his contributions to mathematics? And is his work still taught today? Fun facts, and lastly, references. So, who is Isaac Newton? Isaac Newton was born on January 4th, 1643, in Woolsthorpe, England. He is one of the most influential scientists and mathematicians in history and has made significant contributions to mathematics as well as physics and astronomy. Throughout his work with gravity and the laws of motion, he was able to form and create calculus, which at its core has remained the same since its inception. He passed away on the 31st of March, 1727. As for his school life, Isaac Newton attended the King's School in Grantham, England, where he built models of machines like clocks and windmills, and was noted. Oh, and I'm sorry. And this was really interesting to me. He was noted as not being an astounding student, and I thought that was kind of interesting because I thought he would have been really remarkable throughout school. It was so much so that his parents actually pulled him out of school to work instead. But a teacher by the name of Henry Strokes, who was also the master of the school, saw his potential and asked his family to re-enroll their son. Later in life, he enrolled in the Trinity College at Cambridge University. This was in 1661, and he obtained his bachelor's degree in 1665. He would later return to this same university in 1667 to teach as a professor, and would later be appointed as Lucian's Professor of Mathematics in 1669. This was and still is a respected role in mathematics, and has been more recently been filled by people like Stephen Hawking. In his 2 year break, the 2 years from between him being graduating and him working, the Great Plague struck London, and the university he worked at, Cambridge, shut down, and this sent Newton back to his hometown of Woolsthorpe. In this time, he devoted himself to his studies and made large breakthroughs in fields like calculus, including things like the laws of motion and gravity. His contributions, Isaac Newton has made several impactful contributions to mathematics, while Wilhelm Leibniz, a German philosopher, also is credited with inventing calculus, which they had a very big beef over, apparently, which I have learned. Newton developed his version separately, and his was based in and more helpful in physics. Newton is also credited with expanding the binomial theory, and he made it so that it was able to work with any exponent, including fractions and negative numbers. And I thought that was really interesting because we use the binomial theory all the time, and I probably should have known, but I didn't know that it was created by Newton. So I thought that's interesting that something like 500 years ago is still being taught and used today. On top of that, the binomial theory in calculus, Newton added derivatives and integrals, which are still used today. His laws of motion and gravity are also still taught in all middle schools today. So that just goes to show how significant his work is. And as for fun facts, he was knighted by Queen Anne in 1705, making him actually Sir Isaac Newton. And he was elected president of the Royal Society in 1703. He never married, and he was known to be extremely Private. This reminded me when I did a little bit of more research about kind of like Hypatia, who died a virgin. She was never interested in that. She lived by another philosopher's rule, so that kind of reminded me of that. And the apple, I put a little cartoon here, which inspired Newton's idea of gravity, didn't actually hit his head. Maybe I'm silly and I thought it did, but it actually didn't. It landed in front of him in a garden, and that's what gave him the idea of gravity. So yeah, that was my presentation on Isaac Newton. These are my references, and yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and thank you guys for being such a cool class to be in. Yeah, it was really fun. And just to go over my slides one more time, there's everything. Thank you guys. Have a good time.